last time we had two teams that are 6-0? I don't even remember. Anyways, though, Northwood, you know the names, you know what they bring to the table. Another championship Sunday for them, going up against a Boise State squad that doesn't know what losing feels like. Let's start off CRL Championship Sunday the right way.
16-0 on one side, 16-0 on the other side. Something's gotta give. Winner through to the Fall Championship Final. Northwood, Boise State. Let's get it on.
East versus West. Undefeated score. You ask for the best. Well, the best are here on the field, and Dirtho striking first for Boise.
Is it their time? That has been the question since we finished the regular season. We knew that these two were most likely on a collision course to square off at some point. No better time than now, 3 seconds in. Dirtho credited with the opening goal. How does Northwood respond? Behind the 8-ball immediately. Woozy is all over that effort from Zanil. Drop it down in front with Dirtho coming on. And now Preston up the ladder as well. Woozy back into the play. He has to avoid contact and at least got that back into the corner, and he will again slow down Zanil. Dirtho across. Preston's there. So is Hockey, and Northwood hangs on.
Yeah, I mean, keep eyes on Zanil. Zanil very efficient yesterday, and Northwood's success. Want to see if that output continues today. Everything kind of changes a little bit when you start loading up here on Championship Sunday, but so far, Boise up to the task. Dirtho in the air, does have the flip, goes low! Dirtho again for Boise!
And Dirtho made his decision right about here. He sees Lion Blaze is going up the wall. He's going to go low and challenge Zanil to be the one that beats him. Lion Blaze did all he could, but Dirtho just better. 2-0 in the first minute.
Off a good kickoff, and then now a good solo play. Both third toe shots have gone in. Northwood have not even gotten set offensively yet this game. A lot of it has just been based on the midfield battle, but still a chance here. First shot goes, well, blocked away by Preston. Northwood, they're gonna have a tough challenge on their hands, so it seems, just based on what we've seen from the opener.
And we've known this is a team that's for real, but it is still Northwood on the other side. Great effort by Lion Blaze, just slicing through the defense. Sets up Hockey at point-blank range. He does not miss. Northwood on the board.
Still plenty of Rocket League to go, but you gotta like at least see Northwood get back in action here very quickly. So far, just been Boise, who had a lot of people, going into this series did kind of question, okay, Boise has been very dominant over there in the Western Conference, but what happens when these two teams clash? And you can see Boise, no real strangers here to the challenge. Oh, a little bit of a double commit here on the play from Northwood. Now they'll have to retreat. Meanwhile, Boise taking an opportunity to move up.
The desk gave Woozy every opportunity to talk some smack about Northwood. He did not take the bait. They are all business, and they know they've got to respect the team across the way. Woozy bring this down to ground. Dirtho crisscrosses with him. Little miscommunication there from the Broncos. That could prove costly. Zanil around the boards, and Preston's got it all the way.
Yeah, good 50 there from Preston as well. Gonna open up some space. Let's see what he does here. Looking for the pass to Woozy. Woozy gets up in time, but Zanil just on the ball, was not letting that one go for free. That extra effort could pay off big time later on in this game.
Battle for the midfield. Won by Boise. It's Preston. Flip reset. Stuffed out by Zanil. He'll grab the midfield boost. That leaves Preston wanting some boost on the way back, as Dirtho will bring it high to the side, and that's intercepted by Hockey. On to Preston now. Lion Blaze won't let him in through the door. So now Preston, infield pass to Dirtho. It's behind him, and Zanil trying to set things up. Great pass back over to Hockey. They're trying to get the defense moving side to side. Lion Blaze through the demo. No, it's high and wide, and Zanil can only dump it off to the corner. Golden opportunity there, not cashed in on by Northwood. Woozy should have this. He does, and that corner boost may be available. No, stolen away by Hockey with the demo. Lion Blaze calling his own number, denied by Dirtho.
The infield passing is working out really well for Northwood, but when it comes down to that final shot, they start to kind of slow down. Now, of course, very early on in the series here, so we'll see if the shooting improves, but already some signs to keep eyes out on. Boise, on the other hand, stuck defensively. They haven't been necessarily winning 50s in a way each other can follow it up. finally getting some room now after that clear, but that's a quick bounce. Dirtho does get a good read and gets a follow-up dunk. Are they going to benefit from this? They are. Woozy comes through, but it's an amazing assist from Dirtho.
And a little unlucky there from Hockey. I think he might have also got a piece of this, dropping it back down. And Woozy right on the doorstep, crashing in. 2-goal lead now for Boise State. Just over a minute and a half to go. And they hang on here. It's Preston. Only Hockey to beat. Zanil scrambling to get back in position. He does. Dirtho now around the board. Zanil has to clear it away, and he does. We saw Angel struggle with that yesterday as part of Ball State's great effort to get into Championship Sunday. Here's Zanil, just a little bit wide. Recovery by Woozy, and the final minute coming on now as Boise State. Can you imagine if they maybe get their 12th sweep of the season? A long way to go as Lion Blaze gets one back, and they're back within one.
Yeah, biggest thing here is they got to remain composed. As you see, of course, a couple of misses there on the back end. Lion Blaze free shot, not missing that. A minute to go in game. The Northwood is a team that fights to the last second.
Well, it's a good thing they got three. We knew they were kind of going to need them. Lion Blaze take it out. Zanil just diving in for the corner boost. Hockey hoping that boost would spawn for him. It did not, and that goes harmlessly across the face of goal. Final minute now is Lion Blaze gonna have to take this himself. Hockey running forward, could not get a second hit. And it's gonna be Woozy. Try to set up Preston for the dagger. No, Dirtho having to contend with both Lion Blaze and Zanil. The net is wide open and Zanil taps it home.
What a goal from Zanil for an equalizer here. I mean, everybody puts their hands up, but it's the pass from Hockey. Zanil in a perfect spot to knock it down. Northwood pressure. 30 seconds after their last goal, they score again.
32 seconds. Can Boise State add one more? They're going to need to, or else we go to overtime. It is Woozy. Bank it in. Try to take it himself. Preston up the wall. Hockey there. And he's able to get through Dirtho, but only as far as Woozy. Lion Blaze now with 10 seconds left. We'll see if Northwood wants to play for overtime or if they can steal one at the end of regulation. Woozy deep into the corner. Can't center. Hockey right out to mid. That's a free ball for Boise State if they want to have a go. Oh, Preston's giving it away to Lion Blaze, and Zanil had to keep that up. It was not going to reach the goal. Boise State will gladly let this touch the ground. Boy, they almost messed around and found out. Now we go to overtime.
They really did. Oh, wait, hold on. Woozy off the kickoff. Okay, he gets demoed. Good transition on the ball. A great clearance by Zanil. Things definitely starting to speed up as the OT continues. Zanil looking for an off-ball play. Made the defense hesitate. Gave Lion Blaze a lane, and he banked the shot.
They're the best team until somebody says otherwise, and it's reasons like this. 13 seconds into overtime, they were down 2 goals. They were down 1 twice. They battled back every single time. 2 out of Lion Blaze, including the game winner. And just like that, Northwood, after all the trials and tribulations of the opening 4 minutes, they're up 1-0 in the series.
Yeah, I mean, dropping those goals early on, we thought that, okay, Boise are in a prime position here to kind of secure game 1. But of course, Northwood fight, and fight again. You cannot let your foot off the gas. We saw exactly, I mean, plays like this from Dirtho were crucial in giving Boise a foothold early. But after a certain amount of time, defense started making mistakes. It felt like the pressure was letting up a bit, and Northwood seized their opportunities. Look at that goal by Zanil. Wow.
Just, man, it doesn't get much better. You've got the 2 titans of CRL this fall. The best of the West, the beast of the East. Something's gotta give. Somebody has to blink. At first touch here, it's Boise State. But of course, a long series. Best of 7 here. Loser is not out. They go down to the loser's bracket. They'll await the winner of Fisher and Ball State. See if the Ball State Cardinals can keep their miraculous run going through the lower bracket. And then, of course, a shot at the winner. In the end, needing to win twice to claim the fall championship. All of that's ahead. We still got business at hand here on Oasis.
Still a chance for Boise to turn the tide. They know that they can score on Northwood. It's about continuing to keep up the pace and not letting the foot off the gas. Lion Blaze on the ball immediately, kind of start us off. Oh, we got that follow-up touch. A little dangerous there. Now you see Northwood just kind of taking their time, biding their time. Not really the best place to be able to score off the corner, so they end up giving up a little bit of space. And look at that transition from Boise. Woozy! My goodness!
He broke out the time stone for this one. What a read coming down off the crossbar to stuff that back in. Woozy with his second goal of the series, and again, the first minute belongs to Boise State.
Okay, that's exactly what you need to see, though, from Boise. Dirto definitely did a little bit of the heavy lifting in game one, no pun intended, but also the fact that Woozy's starting to get comfortable and step up really could elevate Boise here in this series. They gotta stop hockey, though. Oh, double to the top right.
Ah, the good old hockey game. Look at this. Line up the double tap, top right. There's just very little anybody could do. I mean, Preston had it covered, but not well enough. 1-1 in the first minute. The two Titans continue to battle.
Oh, man. Call to firefighters because it's heating up. This series started off a little slow, but in game two, everybody is showing their stuff. And still, the direction of this can go either way from what we've been seeing.
Two of the best offenses in the league. No surprise that they are trading blows early and often. That kicks out freely for Woozy, and it's just wide. Might have been deflected. Here goes Lion Blaze. Zanil running downfield. He can't steal any boost away, so he's got to retreat out. Hockey with Zanil coming on. His shot's wide, and they cannot stuff it home on the near side. So now Dirtho, full tank of boost. Just got a piece of that ahead of Lion Blaze.
Ooh.
And there's Preston with a save along the ground. Boise State hurting for boost as Woozy makes the save. They've got to get out of the zone. Woozy's finally got boost, and they can finally breathe a sigh of relief, but not for long.
Yeah, only for a moment. Woozy bought them some time, and what a stalling from him as well. I mean, the saves were incredible. It looked like they were bound to get scored on that last play from Northwood, but held firm and looking to do so again. They got to stop this shot from Lion Blaze. It's low and slow. Woozy will pick up his third save of the game. He's also got the only shot from Boise State. Offense has slowed down tremendously on the orange side, while Northwood has 5.
Woozy maybe less enthused about going up for that ball as it bounced away from the wall. He was able to at least play it, but now Zanil to set up hockey for another. Now Lion Blaze is up. Woozy's got to get there in a hurry, and he does. Up to the ceiling. Dirtho takes charge. He'll bring the ball downfield only as far as Zanil. Now Preston around the board, stopped by hockey. What can Woozy do? Just throw it at the net and hope something good happens. And nothing does because you're against the defense of Northwood. Preston going after Lion Blaze. That doesn't work out. But it's given back to Dirtho. Hey, what Dirtho had an explosive start to this series, Daz. It's been a little bit quiet since.
Yeah, game 2 Dirtho has not really been as effective, but it's been tough for Dirtho to really get time here. Again, it really does come down to what Northwood have put on Boise in terms of, okay, they're stuck in their own back end and not able to really get boost. Even Dirtho now, he's going up to the challenge and he's like late into the corner, so just only has to play 50 in that situation. Now he's on his own back wall. There's not too much he can do offensively because the way Northwood are moving the ball around just make it so tough to capitalize on those chances.
There goes Preston, gonna have a tough time staying with that ball. Now Woozy came up empty. I think everybody's trying to block each other. That just caused the ball to fall harmlessly to the ground. A shot on here saved away by Dirtho in the net. And out can Dirtho get downfield quickly enough? No. Woozy blocked by hockey, so Northwood can stay on the attack. Dirtho called off Preston a little bit late, but Zanil can't follow this play up. Now it goes deep into the corner where Zanil is waiting with a full tank of boost, but he let Woozy get a little too close. Lion Blaze got to come quickly off the back wall, and he does. He beats 2. Can Woozy catch up to it? It's a little wide anyways and played out. But here comes Northwood again. Hockey almost dropped one down and in.
Oh, that was a prime time for Boise to be able to hit a counter. Messed up first touch. Demo in the back end. Lion Blaze open lane after the demo from Hockey. And Northwood take the lead late. They read exactly what Boise were doing on offense and they shut it down.
It could ultimately turn into 2 game winners in 2 games from Lion Blaze. Another late shot that has Northwood on top. Can Boise State answer as Northwood did in the final minute of game 1? It is Durtho to set it up. Lion Blaze across. Woozy's there. And Lion Blaze not fooled for an instant. Trying to get around is Preston, and there is Hockey. Sure-handed at the back as usual. And just dumping this deep into Boise territory. Preston's got to come across. The spacing is not great at all, really, from either team, but at least they've got Zanil kind of out at midfield. He'll dive in now. With 12 seconds left, a big whiff leaves Woozy to start the counterattack. It will be the last one that Boise has here in game 2, unless they can equalize, and they will not. Hockey puts game 2 away.
Good control from Hockey on this last play. I mean, great cut, flick over 2, and the net's just wide open. Hits the flick perfectly to the top corner. He's been hitting those all series long. 1 second left, and you're absolutely right. This one is all said and done. Oh, wow, they actually set up that kickoff to work perfectly, though. I am impressed by that.
Yeah, Northwood almost got another, but why not? 3-1 the final in game 2. They're halfway home, and Boise State is going to take its timeout. Of course, every team gets a timeout, just like in the RLCS, and when we get to the best of 7 stages, but you only get 1, so Boise has to make the most of it here, and Coach Waiton's got to find a formula to get by this absolute buzzsaw that is Northwood.
Yeah, this is definitely a well-warranted timeout here. Kind of peeling this one back, though, you also had to think, and a lot of pressure being in this situation. These are 2 teams that have kind of controlled their conferences the entire league, not losing at all. And everybody else who's watching this at home, all the other players are looking at this like, okay, this is our best versus your best. We're expecting that to be kind of delivered here on the table. I know a lot of people want to see the best of the West beat the best of the East, but for Boise, the difficulties that they've kind of run into is just Northwood's ability to read the game. It feels like sometimes they're 2 steps ahead of Boise, and Boise, who started off on a bit of a hot streak, have been playing catch-up ever since. I think solid timeouts here.
You can see Doc Haskell, the program director for Boise State, in the background, watching what has been ultimately his creation play out over the past several years. I mean, we've seen Boise be a mainstay in CRL for so long, and they continue to gradually climb the ladder to a point where they are a legitimate contender. But they are standing at the base of the mountain right now, looking up at Northwood, who's up 2-0 in the series. And one thing to note as well, in the past we've seen Boise, sometimes they play in more of like an esports arena-like setting. They don't have that set up here. They're playing in more kind of a low-key, quiet lab. And you wonder if there's anything behind that, any kind of rationale that goes into where they play. Of course, there is no rationale for a team like Northwood. They just kind of play wherever they happen to set up their PCs.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, it is still cool to be able to see that, though, from Boise. Just having, like, even Doc in the room and things like that. You can kind of, if you were paying attention to the cams, you can see him even nodding to what they were talking about at the timeout. Like, yeah, that's a good strategy. Yeah, let's try that. It's just so cool to be able to see that level of involvement and see the boys so comfortable in that environment as well. We'll see if things come to make a change here or not. Big swing game opportunity for Boise here. DFH Stadium, the stage for game 3. Let's see if they made some adjustments.
2 of the best programs in CRL history doing battle here in the upper bracket finals of the fall championship. Well, this is a sign of things to come for the spring. Talk about whetting your appetite, as this is going to be Durtho making the save. He's been relegated to more of a defensive role. You'd love to see him get more involved in the attack for Boise State. That's what happened in the first minute of game 1. There's Woozy with the save. Having to range back a lot to make these long-range saves. As now Preston battling with Zanil. There's Hockey. Easy stop, and Woozy will have to take over. Not a whole lot to work with here for Boise State. They don't have bodies forward, so it's going to be Zanil. Lion Blaze over towards the middle. He'll bail out, and Hockey's beaten, but Lion Blaze right back into the play. He's just so fast, it feels like he's out on the field twice.
It does. I mean, the way he's been impacting the field has definitely been duly noted, and may even be something that Boise might have to start keeping a bit of a focus on. I think right now, though, it's just about matching that pace and kind of also just getting to the ball faster. That really makes things tougher for an individual who can control the ball like Lion Blaze. Just don't give him that much time to think.
Woozy and Durtho not on the same page. This could be disastrous, but Preston with a big save. And now everybody's got to get back in position now for Boise State. We're still scoreless here, where we've seen offensive explosions early on in the first couple of games. Boise State has managed to keep Northwood at bay and vice versa, but here's Hockey around the corner. Zanil thought about diving in. He peels off instead. Now Lion Blaze through the corner. That ricochets out, and Preston's all over it.
Good on Preston. Got some options here in the midfield. Woozy has to watch out for the traffic. Durtho, good stop there on the pinch. Hockey was looking to send that way downfield for a counterattack. Now Northwood still trying. Durtho still in the back, though. Another good stop from him. Hockey sets it up for Zanil, and crashing the net is Boise State to get that ball out. We're approaching that halfway mark, and you're starting to see a little bit more pace from Boise as they are battling for just every inch of the field here, but not able to increase that shot total. Still stuck at 2.
Think about what you have to do to score a goal against Northwood in the first place. At some point, you probably have to win a 1v1 with Lion Blaze, as he's kind of roaming around all over the field. And then you might need to capitalize on a mistake. They don't make many, certainly not in this situation. You know, maybe week 2 of the regular season you might get lucky, but not when the stakes are this high. As Woozy dispossessed by Zanil. And now Durtho from the corner. Oh, he whiffed on it, and so Preston's got to stay back. Woozy diving into his own goal for a moment, and this will go all the way across. Lion Blaze sizing it up. He'll call his own number, picked his spot, and it's saved away as Preston falls back towards his own net. Now another opportunity. Hockey for Lion Blaze for the lead.
When the Timberwolves start hunting, you better keep your head on a swivel. They're getting bumped. They're getting bullied. And they make a mistake. The net, it feels like the net opened itself up for Lion Blaze, but really Hockey and Zanil, everybody, when they're off ball, they are so effective. And they just put Boise in the most uncomfortable spot they've looked all series long to score that goal. Well done.
Maybe all season long. Again, this is a team that tallied 11 sweeps in the Western Conference, nearly got a 12th in their upper bracket round 1 matchup. Only dropped a single game. As here goes Lion Blaze right at Woozy. Now Zanil gonna pepper the backboard. He's gonna size it up himself, and Durtho just got a hand up in time. Now Hockey gonna try to control this and let 2 defenders go by. That doesn't work out, but Preston lost control. Now Woozy try to bring it in, dive through, and that's not gonna work out either. A little bit of desperation setting in now for Boise State. They realize if they don't get an equalizer, they're gonna be down 0-3 to Northwood of all teams. That missed opportunity though by Hockey may open things up. Could be a numbers advantage if they can get onto it quickly. Lion Blaze still stuck at midfield. Durtho out of the corner. Woozy's there, over towards Preston, and it sails wide to the corner.
Oh, there's a lack of physicality on the side of Boise's end, and I really do feel like that would change things up here a little bit. Lacks of bumps. Meanwhile, that's exactly what Northwood has been doing to them, just getting physical. Durtho, look at that. Instant challenge, gets Demo, taking out the play. They have to do more than just take their boost and kind of beat them to the ball. Northwood, the Timberwolves can save almost anything. You've got to get them out of that net.
Got to make them uncomfortable some way or another. Preston had to dive in from, I don't know how far back, and Hockey just sitting there waiting. It's almost like he's playing with him. That demo, though, could open things up. Only Zanil at the back. Lion Blaze respawns in. Preston, slow play. Follow up. Durtho at the buzzer.
It just takes one push, one demo. Zanil has to fall back. Beautiful low 50, by the way, from Preston. Lion Blaze can't make the touch. Durtho with the ice. We are playing on.
Overtime in game 3. mentally a game that Boise State must win. Preston, well on his way. Through the corner. That falls out to Woozy. Bank it around, and Zanil is there for Hockey. Avoids Woozy, and Lion Blaze coming up to support, but he may be out of the play. Dirtho,
he got a bump.
Air bump, and still blocked by Hockey, but you can see now Boise State, they figured it out. They've solved the puzzle. Can they get a goal out of it? That's the key. And they got to defend first with Hockey having that swatted away.
This is a tough challenge for Boise because they still have to keep up that pace. They still have to look for each other, find themselves in the pass, but also get physical, steal the boost, and keep up the speed. They can't slow down here, otherwise Northwood will take advantage of wherever they feel like they're lacking in. So half to remaining, locked in here in this overtime.
You sense maybe they're a little more conservative when Lion Blaze is at the back, but if they can get him forward and get him behind the play, then you got a chance. Here is Woozy. It's a high bouncer. Zanil's all over it first, though. All Woozy could do is watch. He just didn't have the confidence to go for it. Now Hockey out of the corner for Lion Blaze, and it's blocked by Woozy.
I mean, you can see how these plays are developing because they want to pull Lion out, but Hockey is being allowed to do whatever he wants. So anytime Hockey goes up, there it is, boom, demo. He's got 2 demos in the last offensive play from Boise, completely shut it down. And if he gets a demo on the third man at the right time, Lion Blaze and Zanil will jump. I've seen this happen plenty of times yesterday, and it'll probably happen again if Boise don't do something about it.
Oh, they got Lion Blaze forward again. This will go around the corner, and Woozy out in the general direction of Lion. And he won't have that corner boost. Zanil took it. So now Dirtho had Preston available for a pass, but could not get it. Zanil was all up in his grill. And now Zanil waiting for a ball out of the corner. Is not going to get there. Lion Blaze alone at the back. He'll trigger the counter again. And way up high is Dirtho. It looked great, but now Preston's got to play cleanup. That was a little bit dangerous for Boise State, but they survive. Now the chip pass over to Woozy, easily saved by Lion Blaze.
Good on Zanil, too, to be able to limit the options there for the shot, making the save from Lion Blaze really easy. Dirtho, he got the flip, but not able to get a good follow. That's 2 gone. Preston in trouble. Zanil hunting. Preston gets around him, but he can't get the ball. Hockey scores. Northwood on match point.
Unofficial assist to Zanil, who screened Preston off just enough. His momentum taking him back towards the goal when he finally could turn on it. And just couldn't get back to the ball. And here's an interesting development, Daz. Northwood, after Boise uses their timeout and lose game 3, Northwood is going to take their timeout with a 3-0 lead.
At least someone has to go to the bathroom.
Maybe. I wonder if maybe they sense some kind of trend there where with Boise State kind of picking and choosing when to ramp up the aggression, and they just want to talk about it for an extra minute and just like, all right, take a deep breath and regroup and try to close out Boise.
I mean, they look all smiles.
Or maybe Hockey just wants to put a crown on.
You know? Yeah. Bro said, let me get the topper real quick.
As long as he didn't try to rip his jersey or anything, I guess we're good.
All right. So Northwood making a statement. The confidence is definitely there. And now, again, we take this time out. Either way, Boise does still get some time to talk things over. So they have that going. But everything in favor of Northwood for the most part. Been some definite signs of slowing down and a little uncomfortableness. But they've been playing their game. The infield passes have been working. The demo plays have been getting them space. We saw Boise here, and you thought, okay, maybe this is where they can swing things around after that 0 second. But 2 minutes and 23 seconds into overtime. Again, Northwood sends someone downfield, rough up that last defender, and make sure they can win the game. And they're on track to win their series unless something drastic happens.
Hockey, 100% goal participation in overtime. He had the assist that set up Lion Blaze's winner back in game 1, and then the overtime winner himself in game 3. And there you see the scenes for Boise State. I mean, hey, listen, we heard Woozy talk about it beforehand. He said this is going to be a tough task. They realize what they're up against. They have a lot of respect for Northwood. Well, now they've got to have some contempt for Northwood. They've got to find a way to bring back an 0-3 deficit. No timeouts the rest of the series either way. Utopia the backdrop, and we're underway in game 4.
That's right, no timeouts. And for Boise, no room for error. You will either win or we'll see you later on in the lower bracket.
So important these first couple of minutes because we've seen Boise ramp up the offense in the opening minute and a half of most of these games. But they haven't had that freedom in the last game, and now they're on the attack. This is what they want, and this is who they want on the attack. Durtho scores!
Big from Durtho, got the flip, and waited till the best moment to activate it. You talk about threading the needle, and he gets it past all three. What a goal from Durtho.
1, 2, 3 in net, and it does not matter. When Durtho's locked in, he's a force of nature. How about another on the kickoff, this time from Woozy?
Good cheat here from Woozy. We got to look at it again. Immediately just goes all in on this kickoff. They kill it for him perfectly. 2-goal cushion, but we've seen this happen before with Boise. Can they change the tide and maintain?
It was Boise with a 2-goal lead in the first minute of game 1. That did not hold up. Northwood took that game in overtime, but here's Preston looking to make it 3. He can stay with this play. Available now for Woozy, and instead, maybe try to set up a second touch. That just was never going to happen. Hockey all over it. Now Durtho through Hockey, but he gets bumped off the play. Now Lion Blaze taking his time, but it's cleared out by Woozy. Only as far as Zanil. From the ceiling, he's got options. Took the shot, easily set away. Woozy got it through, the bank is open, and Hockey just barely keeps it out.
Yeah, Hockey struggled a little bit there, had to adjust after his initial jump. Still make the save. Northwood may have a chance here out in front, but they got to get past that man. Durtho, who gets it over Hockey, almost was able to score that. Good on Zanil to be able to get back in time.
The heavy favorite down 0-2 with 4 closeout opportunities against Boise State. Here goes Hockey, trying to line up a double, not happening. Preston's on it, and he can get this out of harm's way only briefly. Zanil, serve it up for Lion Blaze, intercepted by Durtho. 1-on-2, and the 2 win. Here goes Hockey, just a little slow going after Preston. And Woozy's going to lose track of this ball. Lion Blaze just got the midfield boost. It spawned right in front of him. And he can be a pest now for Boise to contend with. He's back now as Hockey try to set it up for Zanil. Not happening, so Lion Blaze has to restart.
Incredible value, though, from what I've seen from Hockey, at least in the last minute or so. All over the ball. Here he is right now. Got the flip reset, but Woozy was playing it, so cut away. And even though they've been able to do the most to keep their field presence, to keep that ball possession, they have not been able to get anything as a result from it. Halfway through this game, Boise State still hold on to their 2-goal lead, but they've been playing a lot of defense, and this is also something that we've come to see in the past where, okay, Boise stake on that defensive side. It's only a matter of time before Northwood gets one.
Oh, Preston thought he had the read on Hockey. That was very aggressive. What a save by Durtho, though, with 2 bearing down on him. Now Preston try to slow play this to the side. Couldn't get through Hockey. Woozy can. Durtho's still up, but nobody's going to be there to support him, so Lion Blaze will throw it downfield. Hockey right there waiting, but Preston catches. Now Zanil. Throw it at the net. Hope something good happens. It could, but Woozy's right there. Good job by Boise State being very patient here. They've got the 2-goal lead. They don't really need to press the issue, but they also can't just sit back and be a target for Northwood to shoot at all game.
Exactly. I mean, you saw that last play from Zanil. He has so much time to be able to set up the flip reset and do whatever. As you see, Hockey will be in the back end, getting the bumps. Lion Blaze tries to come through and put the shot on. Northwood have the midfield. They own it. But regardless of that, you're right. Boise cannot continue to be target practice. The more they clear this ball and make Northwood bring it from their own end, the more time they kill on the clock. But also, you want to just see them be able to increase the score line, at least set up some type of offense. It feels like they're playing keep away. Final minute of game 4. 2-0 is the score line. And will we finish that way is always going to be the question when it comes to Northwood.
You can never relax until that clock hits 0, and even then, you never know. But Preston adds one here. Northwood getting a little too aggressive. Zanil and Hockey both went. Lion Blaze started to creep downfield. Whoop, it's right behind him. And Preston might have just put game 4 away.
Yeah, that's a big one. Big one there for a chance to potentially swing the momentum. 46 seconds. If they could get a shutout here, it would be huge for Boise. Oh, Dirtho! Oh, almost got the pinch.
And they may have got a little too antsy there. Here's Zanil at the front, but it's sent away. Now Dirtho for Woozy. Now the confidence flowing for Boise State as Dirtho adds another, his 5th of the series, and we'll see a 5th game.
5th of the series, and like you said, we'll see a 5th game. Well done on for Dirtho and the rest of Boise. I mean, you had talked about it a little bit, especially in game 3. You know, you want to see more from Dirtho here, and when he performs, so does Boise. Another save out of him. That'll be his 4th. He's got an assist, shot 100%. Very clean game out of Dirtho. But of course, you know, Preston and Woozy, they've had their moments here. Everybody stood tall offensively and defensively here for Boise, and this could be a sign of a tide turning. We'll have to see, but we know one thing's for sure. Boise State win game 4 with a shutout.
They do throw a shutout, and listen, don't let facts get in the way of a good narrative by any means. I think if I'm Boise State, I look at Northwood taking that timeout going, are they really memeing on us right now? Are they disrespecting us? I think Boise State came out with a little extra energy there, feeling just a little bit slighted. And I'm curious to know the logic behind that timeout from Northwood after game 3. It's very weird to see a team take a timeout after a win, let alone a win after that situation. So, very curious indeed. I wonder if that could come back to bite them, as Dirtho has a game and a half, 2 goals, an assist, 4 saves. He was everywhere for Boise State, and they survived to see another game.
We have Boise staying alive here, and yeah, no timeouts here in the series. So at this point, anything can happen. Boise can take this momentum and push it all the way forward, but we'll see if that Northwood confidence still comes to fruition here. It really does. It really is kind of jarring, especially after you take that timeout and you don't even score in the next game. A chance for everybody to lock in. For Ben Temple is the stage. Chance for a reverse sweep against Northwood. That's all right. Playing against them is a tough enough task as it is, but reverse sweeping them here in the winners finals would be something worth noting.
Oh, it's Lion Blaze to start the opening attack for the Northwood Timberwolves, blocked away by Preston. And here we go. Zanil, former Rogue sub, trying to get rid of this. Now Lion Blaze. Flip, reset, swatted away by Woozy. What can Zanil do? Try to set up Lion Blaze? No, Lion just turns off that, and it should be Boise State ball, but Woozy and Preston get a little mixed up. Woozy does not have the flip reset, can't use it. And what does Preston have up his sleeve? Nothing. He just gives it away to Lion Blaze. Worst case scenario for Boise State. Now they've got to rely on Woozy and Preston to play defense. Zanil walking right in, and Boise really packed in tight on the defensive end, but they've survived so far.
Yep, able to get that ball out. Dirtho got a little shaken up. Woozy has some boost, but wants to let Dirtho play that out. Hockey, big flick there, and Zanil's definitely going to use a lot of boost to do nothing. And Woozy will finally take control of that, but a little, I can understand Hockey not willing to part ways with the ball and possession, but that just didn't do anything.
Great concentration there by Hockey too. He had to just like throw himself at the inside of the post to avoid contact, then jump out and make a save, and then got whacked into the goal anyways. Here goes Woozy. Oh, he really made a mess of this. Boost taken away, though, by Preston, so now Dirtho has that go all the way across. Preston jumping up from a long way out. He's done that a few times. Maybe not the most efficient use of boost, but you feel like you have to kind of press the issue just a little bit against a team like Northwood, as that goes right over to Woozy. Perfectly played. Now up ahead to Preston, but Lion Blaze is all over it.
Oh no, and then Dirtho's bumping Woozy. He gets demoed out the play. This is dangerous for Boise, but Dirtho off the respawn, able to make up for it and clear it out. They have to make sure they're communicating effectively here. Otherwise, that game that they won will be all for naught. If they slip up, give Northwood a freebie.
Lion Blaze will send it downfield again, but it's intercepted by Dirtho. Neal able to get to it very quickly. Now Preston, second touch through the corner, try to serve it over Lion Blaze, and Hockey's right there. The defense of Northwood just way too fast. You got to be a little more clever than that, as Hockey will send it downfield. Lion Blaze, it's a little bit high, easily corralled by Preston.
Neal with control. There's the flick. Dirtho was ready for it. Very tight game 5 so far. 0-0 the scoreline halfway through. Dirtho's able to get some space off the ceiling, trying to drop it down to Woozy, but couldn't get it to him. Now has to try to rotate out quickly. They send so many resources forward, but Preston has to stop the Northwood counterattack. Gets in front of Lion Blaze, but doesn't do too much. Lion Blaze was looking for a bump or something on Woozy, but Woozy able to clear away the danger. This is how tight this has been in terms of possession. Everybody on the ball trying to get as much as they can possible to help their team out. But that's the same for everybody on the field. A lot of fight here in game 5.
Yeah, a lot of physical play. You don't always get the ball, but you get the next best thing. Either the boost behind him, or you get the player out of the play. Hockey trying to shade that over to the corner. Zaniel right at Dirtho. Across it goes again where Lion Blaze is waiting. Boom it downfield. Zaniel giving chase. And Preston, very smart play to just kind of catch and let things develop. Woozy will send it away with 1:20 to go. Lion Blaze up to Hockey. Zaniel still downfield. Dirtho in a real tough spot. Didn't get a lot behind that. There's a whiff. There's a demo. Zaniel, can he get there in time? Yes, he can. Northwood in front.
There, he said it there. The demo play opens things up, and Zaniel just has to get there in time. Even if he doesn't, Hockey has it. But Northwood's so effective when they've got you in an offensive press. You make a save, okay, that's cool. You're out the play now. We're going to make sure we get that net open for someone to score. But there's some bumps going on here. Dirtho got a demo on Hockey. Boise trying to respond with some physicality of their own. Is it too late? 1 minute to go. Boise got to go.
Oh, they're going after Lion Blaze. They missed him, and he made the save. That was the opportunity, as now Preston falls away into his own net to make the save. Shots were 7-1. Now they're 8-3 in favor of Northwood in another closeout opportunity. Lion Blaze all day to play this over Preston, but Woozy's there. Didn't get a lot behind it, but he got enough to find Dirtho. Dirtho gonna have to create on his own. Double tap denied by Hockey. Oh, what a read now with 30 seconds left.
Well, Hockey gets tripped up. Good challenge. Oh, Woozy wins that 50. Kind of keeps the play alive. Dirtho in the back end, but he's starting this off way far back. Another demo on the play, and now Preston is going to maybe be needed here. Woozy comes fresh off the respawn. There's a pinch. It won't be on or in, but it will push this one downfield. Here we go. Final 10 seconds for Boise to muster up something. Infield pass. Woozy can't get there in time. We'll try to keep the play alive. Everyone low on boost. Desperation here for Boise. Preston has to wrap around this. Has 100 boosts in the tank. Can't get it out. Woozy can't keep it up. And Northwood keep themselves alive in the upper bracket. They're going to the grand finals.
Northwood to the finals, 17-0 now on the fall season. They had to earn it at the end. Boise State gave them all they could ask for, but still only managed to take a game. A couple go to overtime, one comes down to the final second, but in the end, Northwood is still the best in the land until somebody steps up and says otherwise. And now, Daz, if somebody wants to say something about it, they got to do it twice later on in the grand finals today.
Exactly. And the way Northwood are looking, prime Northwood, everybody's playing their roles, and it feels like we could see, again, another Northwood championship victory unless someone can stand up to the tall Timberwolves. It's going to be a task.
And, of course, now for Boise State, again, not out of it. Double elimination for the teams that started in the uppers. So they go on a little bit of a hiatus for about an hour or so. As Fisher and Ball State will do battle, the winner takes on Boise. And then The winner of that has to beat Northwood twice to claim the fall championship. We look at the numbers again, and the shots were just relentless on the side of Northwood. 7 shots alone from Zanil, and it was all Northwood in a closeout opportunity. Took them twice, Daz, but they finally get the job done.
They do finally get the job done. We have our Northwood in the finals. Everybody's bracket at least got that part right. But who will be able to join them on the other side? There's so many good matches today. Of course, Fisher College Ball State is going to be the one coming up next. So, of course, if you want to find out who's going to be playing Boise, keep yourselves locked in to CRL 23. We'll be right back after the break.